Over in the NFC, how about Jalen Hurts? Can he win football games for the Philadelphia Eagles? Well, guess what? We're going to get to see a little bit more. It did not look pretty in the second half. Kind of looked like the Saints had figured out what was going on with Hurts. Looks like that they were beginning to put the bang thing on that Philadelphia Eagles offense. But the offense with Hurts opened things up for Miles Sanders, it appeared. Because Sanders appeared for the first time in a very long time. Hurts made plays himself. And the most important statistic, 0 sacks of the quarterback. 0 sacks of the Philadelphia Eagles quarterback. Did I say the number 0? That's the number. As the guy who was benched took it on the chin over 50 times getting sacked. Jalen Hurts sacked 0 times. And on a 4th and 2, Doug Peterson, who was like, hold my riverboat, Ron. Doug Peterson went for it on 4th down 4 times, including a 4th and 2 with an easy chip shot field goal in a scoreless game. And Hurts delivered a touchdown pass to Alshon Jeffrey, a little bit underthrown, but you can totally excuse it because he got hit so hard it was a roughing penalty called on the Saints, waved off because it was a touchdown. Decline. And Hurts made the plays, man. And we are going to see what happens from here on out. Okay? We will see what happens from here on out. Because if Hurts is going to be putting up stat lines like Lamar Jackson, like a touchdown and a $167 receiving and 108 on the ground with 18 rushes, that reeks of a stat line like Lamar Jackson. I mean, I think the Ravens would sign for that stat line tonight.
Jeez.
Despite the fumble lost by Jalen Hurts.
More importantly, though, how many times did he rush for first down on 3rd down? It seemed like it happened over and over again to just extend these drives and keep the Saints off the field. It was really impressive.
Saints, who over the previous month had given up, on average, just 9 points a game, gave up 2 100-yard rushers in Sanders and Hurts. Not the way you normally would think a Philadelphia Eagles team would draw it up, but that's it. The RPOs are working, all of it. It looked much better. Let's put it that way. By the way, next up for Jalen Hurts, you know who's next up? The guy who he succeeded in Oklahoma, Kyler Murray. So
let's go. Sounds fun.
Yeah, it's the Lincoln Riley Bowl next week. Eagles at Arizona, and Arizona's now your 7th seed. What an impressive win that was to go into New York, New Jersey, and beat a Giants team that had won 4 in a row. And that was a must-have for the Cardinals, who are now in the 7th seed, because the Vikings looked like they might have had the Bucs. Looks like the Vikings might have had the Bucs where they wanted them, but Tampa's defense started applying itself. Brady made enough throws, and the Bucs got enough from Ronald Jones and LaShawn McCoy, by the way. Talk about a 2020 Week 14 storyline you didn't see coming. Leonard Fournette, a healthy scratch coming out of the bye. It's LaShawn McCoy who made some nice runs. And the Bucs are now still the 6th seed at 8-5, and it's the Cardinals who are right in front of the Vikings at 6-7, and the Bears, who boat raced the Houston Texans. Mitchell Trubisky staring down Deshaun Watson, hearing all the howls from Chicagoland about the wrong quarterback being taken, not just Mahomes, but Watson on top of it. And Watson's the one who left that spot, and you're wondering, what are they going to do with this guy? And I'd like to hear from you, Chicago fans. I know I'm going all hacksaw on everybody, to use a Southern California radio phrase, but I want to hear from you, Joliet. I want to hear from you, Wheeling, Schaumburg. I want to hear from you at 844-204-RICH. Are you looking at that yesterday and you're thinking, that's the Trubisky we think we can have? That's the David Montgomery we think we can have ripping off an 80-yarder on the first carry, and you're wondering, where did that come from? And I would have told you, well, he was going against me in fantasy yesterday, but outside of that, I would have told you this is maybe what Matt Nagy is drawing up for Trubisky, and I'm asking you, Bears fans, you buying it? You sitting here thinking, okay, Bears-Vikings Week 15, that's a big Week 15 game. Win that one, they're 7-7. You're right there, and you're back in the playoff chase, and you might have a shot to make the playoffs this year. You want that, or you want them to pull New York Jets, what I'm counseling for my team? Keep losing and blow it all out and start from scratch, because I don't want to believe this. That's a very glass half empty way of looking at it, and we know the Chicago Bears coach is all about glass half full. I want to hear from you, Chicago fans. What do you make of that one? Because they're right there, taking on the Vikings. And if Arizona loses to Philadelphia, you got a whole 7-7 hootenanny right there for that 7 seed, and the Bears are in it.
Do the Vikings have a new kicker this morning?
I felt for Carlson yesterday, man. I mean, Dan Bailey yesterday. Oh, my God, did I feel for Dan Bailey yesterday.
Brutal.
Oh, and by the way, we have a new 1 seed in the NFC as well, the Green Bay Packers. And we all know they missed out on that 1 seed by exactly 1 Jacob Hollister inch on Sunday Night Football against the 49ers last year, because had the Seahawks won that game, the Packers would have been the 1 seed, and everything would have been totally changed in the NFC playoff race. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.